You're muted.
Okay, like I've never ran a team call before. All right, guys, welcome to our Team VIP call. I am so excited that we have our guest speakers, Sara and Ralph, who are going to share with us all of their best practices and just kind of share their story of how they got started and how this year has really been an incredible breakout year for them. They run their business together, and let me just give you some of the stats that they are how they've done this year. So they are officially, I want to start with this because this is a big dang deal. They are a 5-star diamond 2019 elite coach, meaning they have already locked it in for this upcoming year, which is huge because there's not been many teams that have done that. So that is huge. Last year, they were 2018 premier coach, meaning they were 2-star diamond, hit all the requirements for that. Success Club 10 all-star legend. They have been Success Club 10 plus consecutively for 36 months. 3 years in a row, they have locked that in as well. Team leader on the leadership ladder and currently number 116 in the entire network of almost 400,000 coaches. So basically, we are in good hands tonight for them to just share with us what's working for them and their team. I'm so excited to learn from both of you, so I'm going to go ahead and hand it over. They're going to share, and then at the end, any questions you have, make sure to write them down so we can get them answered while they're on live with us. All right, guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We're super excited.
Yeah.
We hope that number increases throughout the next couple of weeks because we were higher ranked and then things fell a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're getting it back. No, but we're super proud of our team. We'll share with you guys kind of our story, but we didn't start off with this crazy awesome team. I'll just kind of get into it. So I'm Sara, and actually I'm the one who first started coaching. Surprise, surprise. He was I wouldn't say a skeptic because he did the workouts, but he just didn't want anything to do with the business. Anyone have ever experienced that with your husbands before? He didn't get it. And it was about 6 months of me kind of just figuring this out, running challenge groups. And he'll tell you his story. He finally kind of got it. He had a wake up call moment, but,
I think you just told my story.
No, I didn't. But anyways, just to give you kind of a backstory on where I was when I started, I'm actually a nurse practitioner. And I was working in surgery, and that's what I thought my dream job was. I went to school for 8 years for this, and I was like, I'm going to work in surgery. That's what I want to do, whatever. In nursing school, I actually got the connections. I started working with a surgeon, and then basically, they created the position for me. So I remember getting that call that I got that job, and I was like, I've made it. This is it. Everything's perfect. And it was kind of crazy because about pretty quickly into it, I started having really bad insomnia. My body just had this reaction. I was so stressed out. I wasn't sleeping. I mean, you probably remember I was doing all kinds of crazy things. I would sleep the opposite way on the bed. I would go out to the couch every night. It was 3 nights plus in a row that I wouldn't sleep because I was so stressed out. And my hours were crazy. My surgery days would be there. I had to be there at 7 a.m. and I wouldn't get home till sometimes almost 10 o'clock at night. And most of the time he was already getting ready for bed. I either ate dinner really fast and had started getting reflux at night, or I just skipped it and didn't have dinner because I was already exhausted. So it wasn't healthy. And I saw one day, I had this moment in the OR where I saw my surgeon, and this had happened multiple times, but his son would always call in. He had a 9-year-old son. And he would always call in and ask, Dad, are you going to come to my game tonight? He played, I think it was T-ball, or I don't think it was baseball. I think it was T-ball still. But anyways, and he'd always be like, yeah, I'm going to try to make it. And we'd all look around we still have 6 hours to go and it's 5 p.m. There's no way you're going to make it. And I just remember thinking I never really thought about kids so much before, but I was like, man, I can't do this the rest of my life. If this is going to be my future, then that's definitely not on the table for me. And anyways, I remember I started praying for an outlet because I was stressed and just not fulfilled like I thought I'd be. And randomly, one weekend, I was literally just saying to him, I need a hobby. I need something to make me excited for life. And boom, I see him, a post from Lindsay Matway, who is my coach. Raquel and I have the same coach. And it was all about the business. And honestly, I had been doing these workouts for about 5 years. It's actually where I had my fitness transformation about 5 years prior. I never had a crazy before and after, but mine was more up here because I had an eating disorder most of my life. So she could tell you if you want the details. I was pretty messed up in the head, but I did everything wrong to be thin in the past. And so it wasn't healthy at all. But Beachbody really helped me get that on track. And I never knew about coaching. I was never recruited. I had talked about the workouts. I actually used to burn the workouts in nursing school for all my friends. And so when I joined, I remember the first thing I said to Lindsay was, I don't know who I'm going to inspire. My transformation happened years ago. I don't have a before and after picture. I don't have a lot of friends who I think would do this because they weren't really into health and fitness at the time. They were into like drinking and partying. But anyways, I told her, I need something and I just feel called to do it. So she's, she basically sold me on it, sold me on the vision of it. And I was like, all right, I'm doing this. And from day one, I didn't have huge expectations for the business. I didn't really know that you could actually do this as like a full-time thing. I didn't know you could make really good money in this. I was making great money, but I didn't have the time. And that's really what I wanted. And so it wasn't long before getting into that team and looking around and kind of seeing different stories. The national wake-up calls were really great for that too. And I was like, oh my gosh, people actually do this. And it was everything I loved combined into one thing. So we'll kind of share with you how our years went, but it didn't start off like crazy, diamond in a month or whatever. No, it took me 9 months to go diamond. And, but I always hit Success Club. And we'll kind of talk about that. But that's basically my story.
And yeah, and she kind of mentioned my story.
Oh, and it's been about 3.5 years that I've been coaching.
And so she actually bought Insanity back in 2011. I laughed at her and said, home workouts don't work. 2010. I had my transformation before Beachbody back in 2010. I kind of did like a bodybuilding kind of diet. I was bulking in college.
And we bought it from the infomercial, just so you guys know.
You bought it from the
like old school.
And anyway, so I got results and I was like, I need to stay kind of healthy and do things. So I said, this Insanity is kind of bring back to my days of working out, doing sports. So I did it, fell in love with it from there. And for about 4 years, did the programs and just went full blown. Everyone always asked me, hey, what are you doing? Like she said, we burned the DVDs of Insanity.
For so many people.
And
don't tell Carl.
Yeah, sorry, Carl. And anyways, and so long story short is, so then about 2015 when she started, she's like, hey, you do the workouts, you're going to sign up as a coach, and you're going to drink Shakeology because you take crappy protein powder now. And I was like, I don't know what Shakeology is, but okay. So she wanted me to go Emerald. So I was like, whatever, sign me up. And I didn't want anything for 6 months. I was like, I don't want to do it with the business. I was actually recruited about 3 times to be a coach.
Which I didn't know that.
And so actually, and one of our coaches on our team tried to recruit me back then. And now she's a coach on our team. So you never know. But anyways, and so we went to California for a little vacation we had planned in July of 2015. And it was a week before Summit. And if you ever go to California, you can do actually a tour of corporate. They do tours, headquarters. And so we had one scheduled, but it was a new girl who was doing all this stuff. And she didn't know that coaches aren't supposed to be in the building a week before Summit because they have all the new launches and stuff. And so they don't want anybody in there. So she canceled our tour.
The morning of.
The morning of.
We were already on our way to Santa Monica.
And I said, well, screw it. I was like, we're here. Let's just go. It didn't kick us out. So went in there.
And I was like, we can't just do that.
And we walked around a little bit, saw the Shakeology wall. But long story short, I saw then and something clicked. It's like, okay, I know this is a business, but this is something now that I want to do. And that was August of 2015. And at the time, I was in private banking. I have my undergrad and my master's, and I was like, okay, a lot of my clients, they were high net worth individuals. They don't have just one income. They have multiple streams of income, whether it's real estate, whether it's investing, and their tax returns are like that. They don't go to TurboTax and file them. And so I was, okay, so people ask me what I'm always doing. I like health and fitness. I was like, I'm going to do this coaching thing.
And you started to see me having some results.
Yeah, she started bringing money in. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And it strictly started as a side habit, a little side hustle for me. But since then, I've never missed the Success Club. And yes, I am a dude working this business.
He does it on his own.
And I work with a lot of women too. And she doesn't help me. But
well, we do it together, but he always hits Success Club on his own.
Yeah. And so fast forward to last May, 2017, I actually quit my job. I am now a full-time coach. And so it's every day waking up, doing what I love, talking with people. It's truly amazing. And, it took about 2.5, 3 years of just grinding and sacrifices, but, we are there. And so you guys can get there too. And we're going to kind of talk about, our progression, because we're very linear. We're not like Raquel. Raquel just kind of like
Raquel was like 2-star in 7 months.
Yeah,
I've seen that YouTube video.
Yeah, we kind of like.
So
but
it was about 2. Go ahead. Sorry.
First of all, who on here is in their first year of coaching?
Anybody first year?
First year, second year of coaching. Okay.
Awesome.
Third year of coaching.
Some of you guys we can't see, but
4 years of coaching. Okay.
awesome.
All right. Some of you can't see. Okay. So we kind of want to see. So most of you kind of been through the progression yourself, but we're going to take you all the way back to year one. And when we first started, like we talked about, I'll go over this, is our main focus was challengers. It was getting clients. It was hitting Success Club. Sarah told me, if you're going to work this business, you hit Success Club. And
that's like all I knew.
And that's all she knew. And I was like, okay.
Go enrolled and hit Success.
And I was in sales, so I was like, I got this. This is easy. And so we just focused on straight challenge groups, making the best challenge groups. And I can tell you right now, I don't know if you ever worked with guys, but I ran an all-guy group, and I actually used Lindsay's templates on tell me about your feelings today.
Tell me about your why.
And guys don't talk. And so it
didn't work so well.
It was very quiet. But, it kept on going. But really that first year, we just wanted to get people results, get people falling in love with the products, really building our tribe up, as we call our Sweat Life tribe. And that was our focus from day one. So it was – and – that's the cool thing about it is that's the basics. You stay in the basics no matter how big you get or what you do. That is always our key is always to and we tell our coaches nowadays when their groups go cold or silent is how many clients did you bring in this month? Oh, one new challenger. Well,
new energy.
Yeah, that's not energy. That's not going to do anything. It's, you got to bring the new energy and people get excited. They feed off of it. And so we're like, we just grow it at least three people every month. We're going to have success. So that was our first years. So we weren't anything crazy.
Not that we didn't want to. We just honestly, it took us because we were doing this so part-time. It took us a while to kind of get that down. And so I guess our point is that we're going to kind of show you, we literally have a new focus each year as we kind of build. So, some of you guys may be like, boom, you got it. But for us, it just took a little while. So year one was mostly all fitness. And Lindsay always told me too, she's like, you're too much fitness. And you talk about the business. And honestly, because I was never recruited to the business, I recruited myself. I really struggled with that. I didn't really know how to talk about it other than the fitness stuff. But then year two came around and we realized, okay, I had hit diamond. You hit diamond yourself a couple
made you Star Diamond
months after that.
Yeah.
And so, Star Diamond about at the end of the first year, but really it was built on a lot of discount coaches and we weren't bringing in a lot of builders. Probably maybe one other person other than him that was actually working the business at that point. So we started to say, okay, we need to really learn how to recruit people because clearly that's where we're going to grow. So that whole second year, the focus was on, okay, let's focus more on talking about coaching. And I made a personal goal with myself that I was going to post about the business way more. And I can tell you guys, that is a game changer. I'm sure you hear it all the time from your uplines in here, but what you post about is really what you'll get. And honestly now, I have to remind myself to post about challenge groups because I love posting about coaching and we bring on a lot more business builders. So it really does work, but you also have to give it time. You have to trust the process for a while for people to start to kind of follow that journey. So year two was a lot of starting to bring in more coaches, getting better at recruiting.
and we weren't where we wanted to be yet, but it was just talking that into existence, being bold about it and being proud. And that's a lot of times, you may, let me see with our coaches is that, we're kind of hesitant, I haven't had a big win yet. Yeah. It's okay. We were just like, hey, $200 a month is huge. For some people, $500 a month, but wins with your clients, getting those text messages. I was like, those are things that we were sharing, just really excited. And really, it was just sharing our passion, our excitement.
And I think the
bold.
Vision for the team that we wanted to create.
Yeah.
So I didn't have pictures with a lot of my team yet because I didn't really have much of a team. But I had pictures from going on the Success Club trips with other coaches. Nobody knows if those are your teammates or not. So I would just, finally now, I have pictures with Raquel's team too. But any pictures you have, that's why live events are so important. Is because you can show that community and that you can talk about that vision and what you're doing together with others because you're all a part of a team at the end of the day. So that was year two. We did have, it was last week of September, first week of October, we went to Lindsay's, my team retreat. She had it, this was last year. And we got to sit down with Craig from Beachbody, who unfortunately just left. But anyways, Craig Collier from Beachbody, we got to sit down with him and he looked at our numbers and he wanted to know our goals. And Ralph was wanting to put a lead on there. And I was like, there is no way I'm writing that down because it's not possible. It's not going to happen. I just couldn't visualize it. It seemed too far away. But anyways, and so he sat down and he was like, you could totally hit Premier. He's like, 5-star might be a stretch, but you could totally do it. So it really just, him speaking that belief and looking at it and being like, yeah, you're going to do it. We we were like, okay, let's do this. So we went back to our team and we're like, hey, who wants to go diamond? Like, who wants to end this year a diamond coach with us and like do this and hit this big team goal? And we had couple people who wanted to do it. So we ran with maybe one, Dana? Two. We had 2 people go diamond right at the end. Yeah. And then we also decided, you know what? I had my mom and he was already a diamond. So I made my mom a diamond. And so what we kind of learned, because I had held back from doing that for a while, but sometimes taking things into your own control and controlling what you can, like if you have a spouse or you have a mom or you have somebody that you can help build too, it just kind of helped create that momentum because I was doing it with my coach who was doing it. So I'm like, we're going to go diamond together. Mm-hmm. And that then we popped like 3 new diamonds. One of them was me, but that really did help kind of set the tone for then the following year. So again, we ended that year premier and number 137 in the company, which was crazy for us because we had been like in the thousands the year before. So
in the beginning of the year, we were thousands.
Yeah.
and so you can see the second year was more focusing on, okay, let's really recruit. Let's really build this business.
And these were not all builders we were recruiting. We were just getting better at recruiting. We were getting better at talking about it and then better at running some sort of sneak peek group or some sort of event to share about coaching.
And then brings it to this year where we actually, so obviously in this business, you have to have a team. Okay. And pretty much anything in life, you have to have a team. I don't know if you guys are religious, but Jesus had a team. He had his, disciples. I mean, he couldn't do it by himself. So if you look at anybody that's successful, they have a team. So we said, okay, really, how can we really build systems and develop leaders and really create this team environment and this vision? And so that was from day one in January. After we premiered, like, okay, got with our corporate leaders and said, okay, Elite is this year, we're doing it. And from day one of this year, we just spoke vision into our team. We weren't dragging people. We weren't, going to say, you know what, keep on checking in with them. We're saying, we're running with this. Who wants to run with us? Who wants to be part of an elite team? Because not just obviously recognition for Sara on stage next year, it is something that you can tell people that you're part of an elite team. Your team is doing something. They have systems in place. They know what the heck is going on.
We talked about that a lot.
And so we just kept on, sharing that vision. All our team calls, every now and then in our team page went live. And so we really developed and realized that we can complicate things a lot in this business.
I am guilty of that.
And, it's
I wanted to give them everything, every detail, because that's what I liked. I like to just go through it real fast. But our training was a hot mess. It was very complicated and nobody was getting through it. So nobody was having success out the gate when we were first, the year before. So we really this year focused on systems, and we're going to share those systems with you guys if you don't already have systems. Yeah. And you might have systems that work great. Don't change what you're doing. If you do, you guys have a great team. I know you guys all work together a lot, but we're just going to share with you what we are doing now that our new coaches are having. We've had a lot of success starters. We've I think if not maxed out the category for new coaches with Success Club points, we almost have, but we maxed out the Success Club one. Anyways, they're doing well in their first few months, and that's the key. So I'll let you talk about that because you're the systems guy.
Yeah. So year 3, this is where things kind of all came together.
Oh, and we also started to realize, but if we wanted to grow as big as we wanted, it had to be duplicatable, because for a while it was kind of like the Ralph and Sara show, and we're like, this isn't going to work. It has to be something that they can then plug their teams into and their teams into and all of that. So this year was the big struggle was okay, how do we build others?
Yeah. And so I think the 2 things that we'll talk about is the systems themselves, but also that mindset and that belief. Your coaches, you have everything in yourself. You have everything you need to be successful in this business. Like I said, there's so many times that we try to overcomplicate things. And I don't know if you ever, if most of you have worked before. Some people have never worked before. It's okay. I know when I worked in banking, they went through training on how to set up a checking account. And then they said, okay, go out there and work with the public. And the guy came in, and of course, when I went through training, nothing went to plan. Everything went to heck in a handbasket. And I learned on the fly. I was like, hold on a second, let me get my manual out. Okay, no, wait, let me do that. No, it was just like, we're rolling with it. And I was trying, so we want you guys to understand.
Same with parenting.
Parenting, yeah. We're, if you don't know,
we're actually 21 weeks pregnant right now, so first time. Yeah. So we will experience all of that, but
well, she is. I'm not pregnant.
Well, I say we because you like to be part of it.
I am.
Anyways.
But no, and so the belief is huge, and that's something that we tell our coaches from day one on our getting started right calls or whatever. We tell them even more important than the fitness and the self is personal development. Yeah. If you're not doing personal development, it will kick you out of this business, or it will keep you in this business. And so that we tell them that's first and foremost is beyond your workouts, beyond that, you need to work on yourself. And so the mindset is huge. And now we went into systems. So we really wanted to streamline things and make things easy. I said, we don't know what Raquel does and Jessica and your team. I know you guys have awesome leaders, but we're going to kind of walk through what we do. And if you guys want to ask us questions,
these are pretty much all implemented this year.
Yeah, this year. So the first thing we do is we send a welcome email to our new coaches.
I'm sure you guys do that.
I'm sure you guys do that too. In that welcome email, we keep it simple. We tell them we have a couple action items and we have a link to our training. But the action items are really to get them to start moving and doing something in this business. And so the action steps that we have.
Because before we were getting on GSR calls, getting started right calls with everybody, and they hadn't proven themselves. They hadn't done anything yet. And a lot of them were, you end up wasting so much time.
Yeah.
And it gets you kind of discouraged. And then you start to think like, well, I had a period where I thought, well, the ones who are going to run, and I don't need to do that anymore. I don't need to spend my time. But really, there's a lot of people out there who just need to be nurtured a little bit. But so we've set up things where they actually have to do some actions before they get on a call. And that's what our welcome email has. We'll lay those out.
So the action steps, the first thing is they have to do 50 names. Write down 50 names using the memory jogger. When I mentioned I was a financial advisor, I had to write down 200 names when I started in the business. So we tell them 50 is easy. And it's really these are people that know you, they like you, hopefully. And they trust you. If you're not, you're gonna know if they don't like you when you come talk to them. But those are the people that you can go talk to. You can screw up, you can say the wrong thing, you can butcher it, but you can just be you. And that's really what you're practice is getting that practice, that experience of sharing that passion and excitement for you just signed up. So that's the first thing we do is 50 names. The second thing we have them do is do a coming out post. But you're not gonna post it on your page yet. We give them some examples.
We have a little Google link of examples they can look at so they can get an idea of how to do it.
And then we say, post it in our team page and then our coaches go in there, our team page, and we give some feedback. Change this, add this. What picture are you going to use? They'll put like 3 pictures up and we'll say, that's the best one. And
but what it does too is the other new coaches then see people doing that and they're like, oh, okay. Like it kind of helps the other ones do it. And then our leaders who've been coaches for a while, they're always like, giving good positive feedback and helping them and things like that. So it's been helpful.
Yeah. And then we also ask them where they see themselves. We gave them a fuel list. This fuel list has like 9 circles around, and it's meant to put like things that you want to accomplish in this business or the business can do for them. So it can be small and it can be large.
It's kind of like a mini vision board.
Like a mini vision board. And it's really for next 6 months, a year, and 3 years. And the reason why we do those progressions is because when we get on a getting started right call, we tell our coaches, where we were at those different stages. And now we're 3 years in and we are doing this full time. So there is no goal that's too small to really dream big because anything's possible. And so they do that fuel list. And then that's step 1. So the email goes out, action steps. The next thing we hear back from them. What?
And in the beginning of the email, it does say just very simply, your first and only goal is to help 3 people sign up with the same package you did and join you in our next fitness group.
Yeah.
That's it. And then we say, these are the things that are going to help you do that. So we have them do those things. Yep. They email us back the 50 names.
Yep.
When they email us back the 50 names, they get another email from us that actually has our script guide. And it tells them if there's two main versions they can use. And we tell them, again, put this in your own words if you want. One of them is super simple. We have a picture of one of the girls on our team who had a great transformation with Lift 4. And one of them is just like, hey girl, check out these results. I'm doing this. Well, this is totally not how it goes, but it's like, I'm doing this thing. I'm super excited, kind of nervous. Would you be my accountability partner? Whatever. It's very simple. And then there's one that's a little bit more in depth about, I'm starting a new business, looking for testimonials, that type of thing.
And then we also have a little script for coaching. Because there are some people we say, who might want to do this business also. And so really what our goal with these scripts, and as you know, is really to just share your passion and your excitement and really go tell people, like if you go to a restaurant and you had an awesome meal, you're going to go tell your best friend, hey, go to that restaurant, have that steak. It was amazing. You're not trying to sell them. You're trying to share with them. And so that's what those scripts are. And so we give a bunch of scripts, examples of, an actual conversation on how to go. They said, yes, now what do I do? Boom, here you go, step by step, And so they get that. Now, as they're doing those, as they're contacting people and inviting, we also have started getting started right calls. We do them twice a month.
For the whole team.
For the whole team. So it's our coaches, all the way down. And we're going to soon transition that out and delegate it because, like I said, we're going to be having a baby soon in a couple months. But right now, that really is meant so we can get all the basics
out of the way, what Emerald is out of the way.
Well, we briefly touch Emerald.
Yeah.
We like your direct deposit. Here's our team page. If you haven't added yourself to the training, here you go. We actually have an app that we use. I don't know if you guys use it. It's called Time Tree. It is a calendar that you can actually use. Raquel, have you seen it? Time Tree?
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. So you can actually put in there, so you can do the link or the calendar. If you click on like the date, like today,
like if we have a team call,
in the info will be the actual Zoom link.
Links. All the links for everything are there, so everything's there.
And there's an app on your phone, so all of our coaches, team call, click on the date, click on, team call there. If it's Shift Shop came out, they click on Shift Shop. The FAQ's right there. They click on the FAQ. It brings it to the Beachbody FAQ page.
So we do that once a month.
And it's free. So it's called Time Tree. So we set that up every month, and we go over. So on our Getting Started Right call, it's, hey, here's the calendar where to find things. And so,
what we were finding is, because before we didn't do those, but in the past, and we would get on our true one-on-one call with people, and you spend so much time going over like the business stuff that's like, you're not really talking vision, you're not really talking goals. And so now that we do that team-wide, not only are we making sure that everybody's getting the information, because before, sometimes it doesn't trickle down as well. They're all getting it. They all feel empowered to be able to invite to coaching because they know like they don't have to host that yet, that their coaches can learn. And then when we get on so once they've been on that call, they have to view that call and have done their names, then they get on a one-on-one call with us. So we haven't done a one-on-one call unless they do those things. And if they don't show up for those things, we don't do a one-on-one call with them. Yeah. Because again, it kind of just helps weed out like who really wants this. And those are not hard things to do. We do have it recorded for those who can't make it live for the GSR call that we do. But yeah, that's it. And then when we get on that one-on-one call, it's way more, they've already been inviting. So we can actually talk about, okay, how your conversation's going. We can talk about like those limiting beliefs. We can talk about vision, and answer questions. Cause now they know, like, they're like, okay, I kind of get it now. And it's just been so much more helpful. Cause we have a lot of people that we bring in now who've never been a part of Beachbody, and they're joining coaching right off the bat. They haven't been challengers first. So that really helps them get an idea of like, oh, I see how the challenge group works. I see how posting, about me works and all that stuff. We can talk about that on that team-wide call. And it's about an hour, that call. And then when we're one-on-one, it's so much more personal.
Yeah. And then we do also a Emerald and 24-hour call that same week, 2 days later. So on a Getting Started Right call, we briefly touch on Emerald, but we tell everyone that the call on Wednesday night is going to go into more of what Emerald is, how do you get to Emerald, and why Emerald's important.
And that call's short.
And I can tell you for the last couple months, our new coaches that have started, SC 10 plus, Emerald in the first week or two, really getting results out the gate, which gives them belief in this opportunity.
It also helps you then, once you have some coaches doing that, you then speak belief into the new people you bring on and say, listen, a lot of our coaches that are following these systems are able to do this in their first couple of weeks. So there's no reason why you can't either. Yeah. So now, like, when I talk to people before they even sign up, I'm like very, I'm very confident in our systems. Yeah. And I tell them, like, listen, I can't promise you success. I can show you their income progressions and say they followed the steps. Mm-hmm. And I do that. But it's up to what you do with it, but we're going to lay it out for you. So that really helps. Again, it's maybe not going to happen with every coach. Not every coach is going to do that. Yeah. But,
the ones that want it,
once you start having that, then it gives you that more confidence to speak to others too.
And then you'll see the ones that want it and you'll be like, okay, and we always hear this say, work with the, the willingness, work with the working. And those are the ones that we don't mind jumping on a call with them. We don't mind giving them extra time because they're actually doing the action, and they're not worried about the what ifs. They're just going out there and they're doing our training here and there, but they're just going out there sharing their excitement, their passion. If they sign up a coach, you got 5 days to figure out which side to go on. We can figure that out later. Client, you don't have to worry about a program. You can ask in our group, hey, this is their fitness level. This is what they're looking for. What do you suggest? And we can help you guys out. Just go out there and share your excitement, your passion. Yeah. And so, that's kind of what we've worked with. And so I know, who here wants to be elite next year? Anybody want to be elite?
Me again.
Okay. I hope everybody's
or Premier. Premier is a great goal too.
So they are
2 stars a game changer. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out how much my income has come from that second business center this year. crazy. Over $25,000 for sure. Like insane. Like I can't even figure it out because the team bonuses go into it, but it's insane.
So what we just talked to you about, we implemented, and they're actually coming out with, so there's leadership points, right?
So we're going to give you guys a secret if you don't already know this for next year.
Raquel, you know this already about the
new,
so if you're a team leader, organizational leader, whatever, you get 25 points, leadership points that go towards your elite ranking. And then also if you have a 1-star, 2-star, whatever, next year
it's different.
If you have a success starter, you will get 25 leadership points for every success starter that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So helping your coaches have Success Club wins right off the gate is huge because you guys can get those leadership development points, which is 25 points, like popping right there. And that gives you your rank helps grow your rank in the company. And that's all from those newbies.
And also we realized too, when you get those coaches early wins, like I said, they have belief in themselves now. They have belief in this company. They have belief in the systems. They're willing to go out there and then tell people, hey, I've had results. I know the systems that my coaches have in place. You will have the same systems. You will have success too. So now that confidence is just going from us to them, to them, to them. And so it really trickles down, which is pretty cool to see.
And have we had coaches who came out the gate strong and then missed a couple months of Success Club? Yeah, we have. But the thing is that they come back, at least most of them. I haven't had anybody like completely fall off that was doing really well before. They just had a rough month, but they realize like they know like, okay, I know it works. I just have to figure out what my block was this month. And then they already know it works because they've done it. So it's usually like they look at themselves and say, okay, what happened this month that was different?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's nothing magical. That's literally like our new systems that we do. It sounds like a lot when we list it out like that, but it's all streamlined.
And it's super simple for our coaches to implement because we actually created a Google Doc. So that initial email that we send them, they have that Google Doc. They send to their coach, and their coach sends back the names. We have the Google Doc for the scripts. They send their coach that. Their coach jumps on our Getting Started Right call. And then we're available if they need a one-on-one. We will do a 3-way call with them after their coach starts taking action. So now they're feeling comfortable because they don't have to worry about trying to figure things out, trying to, start their business, start their fitness journey. Yeah. So much going on. They just feel comfortable because it's plug and play. And, that's really the name of the game is make things simple, make it duplicatable. So your business can work for you and you don't work for your business.
The other thing that's cool, I'll just kind of tell you guys this too, is we did also simplify our training. Like I said, our training before was kind of complicated. It wasn't for new people only. Like I had a ton of stuff in there because I was like, well, every level is going to want to have all this access to all this information. And honestly, a lot of my coaches were like, my new coach was like, it is overwhelming. Like we got through it, but it's a lot. So anyways, I'm sure that I don't know if you guys have heard about the new Success Club training stuff that's coming out, but in January, corporate is actually redoing new coach training. They're still in the works with it. Yeah. We've taken a lot of the videos that they shared, which you'll get access to if you don't know what we're talking about. You'll know this in January. We took a lot of those, and that's our new training. It's very simple, short videos that are to the point, that teach them what to do, took out all the fluff, kept some scripts in there for them, and a little bit more on, Emerald and team building. We didn't go too crazy into that because before I would go way in depth into that, and kind of just kept it basic, and they're able to actually get through it and feel more confident, I think, than before. So that's coming out, which is nice. But really, the switch for us was just kind of the mindset of, speaking into existence what we wanted, and then making it a point to really just keep talking about that publicly as well. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And like, even if you think maybe your challenge groups are dead right now, or you just think like, well, they're not that great. Well, mine were want that team that you want. I used to visualize, I still do, a bunch of, my whole team at Summit together, taking this big team picture. You see those pictures. I'm like, that's going to be our team. And, this year we had a lot of people go for the first time. More people each year come.
Even from the UK,
we had some from the UK come, which was pretty amazing. And it's not that huge group picture yet, but it's growing. And so we know that this year will be better. But we're open to answer any questions you guys have. But even if it's not about this.
And I think what we're trying to tell you guys is anything is possible. As you can see, a year ago, we were sitting down with Craig, actually a year ago, September.
October 1st weekend.
Yeah, so about 14 months ago, and we're in the premier. We were just a 1-star team and
struggling 1-star team.
And so we just made a decision to, we're going after this and really say who wants to run with it. And we just kind of spoke that vision, won with our team. And, there are people that said they want to do this. And of course they try and they do their best, but life happens. So they make it all the way with us. But, you're going to have that. You're going to have people that are going to roll with you, and
you'll see too the quality of the people you start to attract changes if you keep going with that. Like the people we're bringing on now, I'm so excited for next year because honestly now we don't really recruit discount coaches anymore.
Yeah.
Unless we need to fill a spot. That sounds bad, but unless we need to fill something, most of them are now we see what you're doing and we want to do this, and that is something I never thought was going to happen for me. Honestly, I was there's no way I can't. I remember thinking it was so hard to recruit anyone. And when people would say things like, oh, build your husband, I'm like, that'd be nice if I could do that, but I can't even build myself. It was okay, but I'm just saying stick with it. And if that's a struggle for you, you can get better at it. You just have to decide to. Yeah. So I don't know if that helps, but anyways, that's all we got really. We were just going to share our systems with you guys.
No, I love it. This was so perfect. I'm very excited, and now I have some ideas of ways to little tweaks to what we're doing. Not anything crazy big, but I just love to see how you said you're helping your coaches have success from the get-go, because that truly is what this business is all about, is helping our team get results. You did say personal development is really the secret sauce, and I 100% wholeheartedly believe that. So I was curious, what are your favorite go-to personal development books that you recommend for your new coaches, or is there one that you read that helped you just make that switch of yes, let's do this?
The one book that we recommend all our coaches, I don't know if you guys have, is The 1% Rule by Tommy Baker.
Have you guys read that?
Have you guys read that? Have you heard of it?
It's on my Audible. I need to read it and listen to it.
Yeah, 1% Rule by Tommy Baker.
It used to be I used to think the compound effect was so good. This is kind of similar, but it's so much I don't know, it's better, yeah. I think. And it's a little bit fitness related too, so it's really good for this business.
Yeah. We usually send that to our coaches that hit Emerald. We send them as a little gift. But
yeah, we send personal development as gifts.
If they don't have it yet. If they have something, but yeah. So the 1% Rule, and of course, the compound effect we tell our coaches. One guy I'm really big on now.
He's discovered his new best
I don't know
friend.
if you've heard of him. His name is Ed Milet. Have you guys heard of him? Freaking amazing. He'll change your life.
Look him up. And he did a call with Rachel Hollis called Becoming Fearless. That was the two of them going back and forth was
that call is
awesome.
Yeah.
But we just recently discovered him. A lot of our team does listen to YouTubes and podcasts because they're busy, and we tend to do that a lot now too. But yeah, his stuff's really good.
Yeah. So I'm more into, for our new coaches, it's the compound effect and 1% Rule. And then once they start developing a team, it's more leadership books.
And things I'll tell you that I've started doing, because we do still have coaches who I don't think quite get personal development. They're new and they're we're do you have a book yet? I don't think they quite get it. So I recently had listened to a talk with, it was actually a live speaking event that Rachel Hollis did for a different network marketing company in the UK, I think it was. And she was a keynote speaker, and I loved it. It was perfect because it was about this kind of business and talking about limiting beliefs and what people think of you and all that stuff. And so instead of just posting in the team page, because I'll do that sometimes, hey guys, here's a great call. I think that sometimes I post too much in the team page, but I just personally shot out oh my gosh, girl, I just listened to this. You need to listen to this, to a bunch of my coaches one-on-one. And so many more of them listened to it because it was one-on-one, and they don't know that I sent it to I personally did send it, but it was to almost everybody. But sometimes I'll even do that because I think that helps them. Maybe if they haven't started doing it, they're oh wow, I need more of this stuff in my life. This is good. So maybe try that with your team if you don't think that they're really digging the whole book thing or whatever. I don't know.
So good. Yes.
But yeah, if you guys, what are you doing? You're taking a group picture? Yeah. Y'all better smile. You guys better take your phones out and take a picture too and show everybody what you're doing.
Totally. I've already snuck one in. Okay, do we have any other questions for Sara and Ralph? This is the time to ask them because they are a wealth of knowledge.
It could be on everything.
It could be on anything.
Anything. Jessica, Laura, Jenny Bobo, you got anything? We're all gonna be shy.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, no, I'm excited for you guys. I saw your Genevieve hit premiere officially, right?
Yes. Genevieve hit premiere. She's the first on our team to do that this year. And then we are all working together towards hitting elite again. So excited to be pushing for that as well. Lots of exciting things happening. But yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, again, elite is huge. And I would say always make that a goal. Even if it's not, you're not there yet, as a team goal, like it's so big, and talk about that with pride, because it really does mean that what it means is that you're on a team that has systems figured out and it's working for new people, because you can't hit elite unless your newer people are having success. And that's why I think it is really important, and we pride ourselves on it. But honestly, get yourself to 2-star if you're not there yet. That's a game changer for your business. Work on 5-star, but then after that, you don't always have to go for rank. I don't want to talk you down from rank, and I won't go into this too much, but there's different things and there's different ways to grow your business. So, but the main thing is just focusing on, again, your team, and deeper than just your PS sometimes too. So,
and then also
don't be afraid to dig down.
Who's diamond on this call? How many diamonds are on this call? Okay.
Awesome.
Are you taking advantage of your corporate sponsor?
That's a big one.
That's good.
Are you guys? No. Reach out to your corporate, because if you
get in with them,
they will help. They'll work with you. They'll get you on calls. They'll tell you, like, they're there to help you. Like, they're amazing what they do, Beachbody. Like, they don't have to do anything, but your corporate mentor, as soon as you hit diamond, they will help you get to that 2-star, get you to elite, get you to wherever you want to go.
And if you get in with them, now I don't know, again, sometimes they change up the rules, but you're more likely to get into a test group because they'll put your name in if they know you real well for somebody sometimes. That's what happened to us with Lift 4. We were premier the year before, so I think that helped. But honestly, if we weren't friends with Keyshawn, we wouldn't have, I say friends, but if we weren't close with her, she wouldn't have thought of us, because they're the ones that put in those people for they would be good for the test group. So those things can be really big too. So definitely take advantage. Starting at the diamond level, because the more you get to know them, the more they're going to think of you, and they're going to help grow you.
And plus they do masterminds and things like that you definitely want to hear. That's where we got that time tree app for. We got a bunch of ideas that we can bounce off, and so it's always good to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Off topic.
But yeah, you guys keep killing it, because this is the time where you really shine. I'm sure Raquel and Jessica have all told you guys that, but I'm just going to tell you again that this time of year does not have to be slow. I've had a huge month this month, and I've three seasons now we've been in wintertime or whatever. I think it's only slow if you choose it to be slow, but this is the time where you're going to stand out. And so what you do right now matters so much, because you are you're not the norm. Not everybody's posting about fitness right now. So you're going to stand out. They're going to see you, and they're going to think of you in January. So another tip for if you're trying to recruit right now, because you might get the pushback of well, I'll just wait till January. I tell people straight up who are thinking about coaching, no, now is the time to join, because this is when you build your foundation so that you can have a boom in your business right off the bat in New Year's, because that's when everybody wants to do it. But if you wait till then, you've already missed it, so that's really big. But anyways, all right, you guys probably already all know that.
No, thank you. I think just hearing it over and over again is super helpful, because sometimes I feel me saying it isn't that fun, but y'all saying it is super helpful.
And it can get discouraging sometimes, because it is a little bit slow sometimes, and people aren't always as motivated, but keep it fun. And I think that's the key too, is showing the lifestyle that you are able to have. Oh,
that's one thing too. I'll add one more thing. If any of you guys work full time, and then you gotta do this as a part-time side hustle, reinvest in your business now. I wish we would have done that way back.
When we had disposable income.
Because now we have an assistant. Now we use some bots, I guess you want to call it, whatever, for our social media. And we also just hired a business coach and to take us to the next level. So, we wish we had done that back then when we were actually making our salaries and our incomes.
And we needed to delegate
things. And we needed to delegate stuff, because you can grow more. So if you have one thing you can do as an entrepreneur is reinvest in yourself. This is a business. It will never you'll never not see a return on it. You will see a return. And it's probably the best thing you can do. So I definitely highly suggest if you are working right now and doing this as a side hustle, reinvest in your business any way you can to make things easier, to make you grow faster, to make you grow bigger, because it will return immenseful. So that's all.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's all we got.
Well, thank y'all so much. Everyone else stay on. I'm going to give you some last minute announcements for the week. But thank you so much, Sara and Ralph. We really, really do appreciate you jumping on late at night in Florida for us. So thank y'all so much.
Thanks for coming early for us. Bye guys.
Bye. Okay, guys, real quick before we head out, just a reminder that our Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale is still going on. People have until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time to purchase to get those Amazon gift cards. But again, $20 challenge packs are off, or $20 off for challenge packs are good all through the end of November. So really, really be plugging that. That's a huge sale, and they're getting so much. For $140, they get Beachbody On Demand for an entire year, their first month supply of Shakeology in the Portion Fix containers. Like, that's unheard of. Hundreds of workouts at their fingertips for an entire year. You can't even buy a gym membership that cheap. Like, it's insanely great deal. So if you were not talking that up with such enthusiasm, you should be, because now's the time for people, even if they're not wanting to start until January, fine. Well, I may not understand that, cool. But if they want to be joining your group anytime between now and then, they should purchase now. So tonight would be a great time for you to send out some follow-ups. A lot of people have just started eating through Thanksgiving and just didn't stop, right? And then you get to Sunday night and you're like, ooh, I regret all of that, right? I know I need to make a change, and everybody wants to start fresh on Monday. So this is a great time to follow up, let them know, plug them into our cyber sale, and get them going there. Additionally, we have our Reindeer and Rosé, which is our next boot camp starting Monday, December 3rd. So that is a week from tomorrow, meaning if they want to have their package in time to start on December 3rd, last day to order would be tomorrow. So this is what I'm saying. Follow-ups today and tomorrow are huge. We will get everybody plugged into the group on Friday, November 30th, so they can have access to the group, all the meal plans, everything that they need to start fresh with us day one on December 3rd. So again, you are always more than welcome to jump into any of our boot camps that we run. Reindeer and Rosé is probably our most favorite one that we run all year. It's holiday based. We have Elf on the Shelf check-ins. We're not trying to do anything extreme. We're just trying to like make it through the holidays with, being able to fit into our skinny jeans. So all about balance, but maintaining this healthy lifestyle. So any questions, Jessica? Did I miss anything? Are we good to go? Okay, we are good to go. Thank y'all so much for jumping on early, and I will see you on social media. Bye, y'all.